Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Colonel Media Network here on the Colonel Corner. That's right. It's the first episode, debut episode here on the Colonel Media Network. We've got an action-packed episode for you. I'm going to be able to check in with Andrew. We did that earlier. A lot of this stuff is pre-recorded because, we got to put it all together. But wanted to jump on, welcome you guys in to the broadcast. And just if you don't mind, if you're a big fan of the Colonels and you love all things Bourbon County till you die, just go ahead and hit that share button for me. Click like and make sure that you are following the page. All right, let's get right into it. All right, we've got some stuff coming up. We've got 3 seniors we're going to have on the show tonight to recap their season in basketball. I'm going to talk to Andrew about the season recap. And that is all on the way here in episode 1, the pilot episode of the Colonel Corner here on Colonel Media Network. We're going to take a break. When we return, we got Andrew coming up. Here we go. Looking to transform your home or business? Call the team that gets it done right. Earlywine Painting in Paris, Kentucky. They're fully bonded and insured. From clean, professional interior and exterior painting to eye-catching, custom epoxy coatings for your garage or basement, they bring your space to life. And you want that sleek, modern finish? Ask about polished and dyed concrete that turns heads the second people walk in. Quality work, honest pricing, results that last. Call 859-588-3490 today and let Earlywine Painting take your property to the next level. That's Earlywine Painting, 859-588-3490, where your vision meets real craftsmanship. Welcome back into the Colonel Media Network. We are kicking things off here with the Colonel Corner, our debut episode. Of course, I'm joined now by Andrew, my sidekick. We've done all these games together. We really have had a good time calling the basketball games this year. And here in a little bit, we're going to be hearing from 3 of our seniors, Myles Heilig, Makenzie Jolly, and Noah Earlywine.
All 3 great players for Bourbon County.
Yeah, so we're going to be hearing from them here in just a few. But kind of recap the season as far as what, do you feel like, obviously you want to get out of the district, but that said, I would say on really both sides of the ball, there were some really successful highlight moments for
Absolutely.
this basketball team.
Yeah, when you look at it, they finished, with a 19-12 record, a winning record, 3rd in the district, which, in my opinion, is one of the toughest districts that there is. Really, when you look at the 2 finalists for the region, both came out of our district, so definitely makes things difficult for any school within that district. So you got to tip your cap to Coach Martin and what he was able to do. Obviously, you had the big win versus Scott County that I think, you and I were there for that. That was really a big momentum boost, and you can kind of feel things starting to go in Bourbon's way. You thought this could be a special season. Obviously, you had the negative injury that Nash had to suffer through that ended his career at Bourbon County prematurely. But I really liked the way that Bourbon County battled. In almost every game we watched them, they'd make a run. Now there was times that the run would be capped off and we couldn't overcome it. But I was proud as a Bourbon County fan to witness what they were able to do. Given that, going into the season, people didn't really pick them to have that good of a year, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I think the highlight really, if I were to pick a game, was Scott County. That was just an incredible win. over a good team.
Absolutely, and the place was packed. I don't know that I've ever heard a Bourbon County non-Paris game be as loud as it was then. But it was such a fun game, and again, we talked about they never gave up,
No,
and they were down pretty big if I recall. I think we got down to 18, I believe, in the first
there was
half.
yeah. At one point, they were down 18 points, come back and won that game, and it's a good day when you can do that and pull that off.
Absolutely, and you seen guys have spurts of leadership where they took ownership of what was going on the court, and you weren't relying on just early wine or Mark Peruk. Fields played really great. I mean, he didn't get to play all season, but he did make a huge impact when he was out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, going over to the girls' side of things, we were able to cover several games. We went and covered at Paris. They fell short, but how cool was it to see the immediate turnaround when Paris came to Bourbon County and they just kind of they figured out what they did wrong in that game and then were able to turn it around and get a win against Paris.
Absolutely, you have to be proud for what Coach Highlander had to overcome in that. It was a heartbreaking loss. They were there and they just let that one slip away. They did not let that happen again when Paris was on their home turf. They made sure they
No, in
finished them
fact,
out.
it was really not a close game.
No, and so you have to tip your cap to Coach Highlander on how she handled that because you can easily go into that game and keep thinking about the past, and that's not what they did. They looked moved forward, and I honestly think that program's got a bright future when you look at what's coming down the road in terms of their young players. I believe three. I could be wrong on that number, but three of their top players are eighth graders or seventh graders.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
they're all
so
middle
very
school.
very young team. And again, we're going to hear from Makenzie Jolly in this episode. We got some more seniors coming up in future episodes throughout the summer because obviously with summer sports, the spring sports are going to be wrapping up, and we'll have some of them. But with the summer sport, the summertime, it's hard to get players to do these interviews, and then I've got to go to the schools and do them. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to wrap those up and get them done uh, before the end of the school year. But we've got Makenzie Jolly. She's one on that team that and again, unfortunately for her, you know, her senior year probably not the way she had hoped it would turn out. But
Right.
at the end of the day, and not to give away a whole lot, but she does talk a lot about um, just the camaraderie really that they have as a team, and I think she had a lot of fun with that, and then of course, it's always a great thing when you got teammates, and man, as you mentioned, such young kids on that team, so big time bright future for Bourbon County basketball on
Well, and,
both
and you
sides.
talk about, everybody always wants to win. We all want to win. I would love for Bourbon County to win every game in every sport they ever play, but we all know that's not realistic. At the end of the day, these are still kids. We got to make sure that they're having fun and that they're enjoying this game. And when I watched the girls play, the outcome may not have always been the same, but they seem to still enjoy what they were doing. I mean, and I really think that about Mackenzie Jolly when I watched her play. This was more than just a game to her. They felt like family on the court. They were sisters, and you could really see that when they played. And they took the younger girls under their wing and embraced them too. It wasn't, the we're upperclassmen, and that's something that I really think Coach Highlander needs to be proud of when she looks at the bigger picture for this program.
Absolutely. So I was looking at you know uh, some upcoming stuff. You're going to do some games with me with baseball, which will be fun for there. And then we've got softball as well. I actually was with them the other night. They took on Dunbar. Mackenzie Jolly plays softball as well.
Look at
So
that.
So it's you just these players, a lot of them are playing 3, 4 sports, and it's a lot, and you just take it all in your senior year, and that's something we're going to talk about with some of these players. But going on back over the other two seniors, of course, Myles Heilig and Noah Earlywine. Um, those two, man, and then Noah. Uh, what a kid, man! What a
I
kid!
think
He's going on to play tennis at Transylvania, and he's just how
well, he's going to play
exciting, man!
basketball there too. I think
Yes, he is.
he's going to play basketball there too, and you got to love that for him. Not only is he getting to continue his career playing sports he loves, but he's going to get to do it one season with his brother playing tennis again over at Transy with Luke. So you got to be happy for him. But
And we
again,
love Luke. Luke did several games with us as well, and
absolutely. Noah came into the season averaging 19.9 points a game, 75% free throw shooter. I think he made 83s on the season. He was just a tremendous athlete, and you could see a lot of games where the defense would just key in on him, but that left other guys available to kind of take the rock from there. And we had so many good players on this team. I'm not trying
yeah.
to take away from anybody when we talk
Mhm.
about Noah, but again, the impact that he made on this team, and he did it for so long. To be a 4-year player at Bourbon County. I don't have his career stats, but I'm sure we can find those somewhere. He was again a tremendous athlete. We hate to see him go. I talked to his dad once and asked if we could hold him back. They didn't really think that was a good idea. So
It's not
um,
going to happen. Yeah, they're not gonna. And I think he would probably put a fight up on that. I think
I
he's ready
think
to get
so.
out of high school.
So, but he had 598 points for the seasons where he finished. So, again, very proud of him and what he accomplished.
Yeah, for sure. And then of course Myles Heilig. Uh, what a kid. I mean, look, uh, he's the guy that you knew what you're going to get every single night from him.
Well, and when I think of Miles, the stat line may not show the impact he made in terms of points, but his defensive presence is what
Right.
just, I mean, a lockdown defender that made it really difficult, for them to do anything. And so we don't talk about that as much. We do talk about numbers and what we can see, but when you're actually watching the game, the impact that he had was unbelievable.
Absolutely. So, um, but yeah, it's just it has been um it's just been awesome, and doing the games um together. We've had a lot of fun this year. I'm looking forward to next year. I actually I have a literal probably 30-minute ago update. So we were talking on the way over here for this trip. One of the school counselors was talking to me about next year I'm doing the media arts class at Bourbon County High School. She said, and I quote, "You've got a full load of kids."
That's exciting. That's so
So,
exciting
yeah, right. So,
because you and I've talked about we love doing this, but there are times that we can't do everything, and
right,
to be able to bring those kids on, and
and and,
there's
and
time.
I'm excited, not just for the sports aspect of it, but there's going to be so much we can do as far as just creating a media platform for all things Bourbon County news, things that are going on in the school system, things that are going on, just really. It'll be a great platform for parents and folks that live in Bourbon County to just see kind of what's going on with the schools.
Well, and I think what we've been able to do, and this is all starting to you started this, but we've provided a way for people to watch their family members, their grandkids play
We
when they
and we
can.
get those comments very often. Is it, I believe, want to say, is it Nash Wilson's grandmother?
Yeah, Mark Perut's grandmother watches us
Mark Perut, yeah,
religiously. Yes.
yeah.
We
Um,
let's see, was it Alabama? We had people, I believe, in Alabama streaming
right,
us singing
yeah,
right. So,
yeah. And it's
you know,
so crazy because we're really helping people to be able to see it that probably wouldn't otherwise be able to. And that's something, I think is so important. We obviously, and I say this because, well, number one, our athletic director, Wendy Mahana, would kill me if I didn't say this, but we want people at the games.
oh, absolutely,
we
absolutely.
want we want people at the games. But the whole idea of this is for those that just literally can't make it. And if you can't make it, obviously, we want to be able to bring it to you somehow, some way. And so this is a way that we can do that. And we would not be able to do it without our fine sponsors. And I want to mention McFarland Camper Rentals. Uh, First off, they are a big sponsor of why we're bringing the Colonel Corner here to you guys, and of course, softball and baseball, and I first of all, I didn't know there was a camper rental place till I talked to them, and how
Yeah.
cool is that? You're coming up on the summertime, you need something like that, they got you covered. So, and then Earlywine Painting jumped on board here in the last hour, and we really needed some extra sponsorships to get us over that hump, and it's just nice for that. But now, where it is, next year we'll have the media class. It'll be a little bit different, and we'll be able to do a lot more than what we had been previously doing. And so it's exciting that we're able to do that. I know for me personally, I'm pumped about it.
Oh, I love it, and, I look at what we've done, and I know, anybody that knows me knows my kids play baseball. So baseball season for us is really really difficult as a family. We're constantly traveling, and so I hate that I can't do all the baseball games that we want to do. But we're starting to trend on what we're going to do going for next year. Well, I think we set a really strong foundation. I'm looking forward to doing these baseball games with you in the next few days, and then we'll get ready. We're obviously going to have some plans throughout the summer, like you said, but then we get to start with football, and I
Football
think
is going to
that's
be
it.
a blast.
That I think that, and then that's just going to get us going and give us this huge jump going into next season.
Um, and I will say with football, you know, um, we'll preview that as in the coming months, but um, man, what a bright future the football team has got right now, and they're just on the up and up, and I'm excited to do that this year. I'm pumped for that.
I think they're going to have a really, really strong team. They were that close last year to really overcoming, and had a heartbreaker in the playoffs. But what Coach Rice is doing, can't be more proud of him in just his first year, and what he continues to do at Bourbon County.
Right.
I think you're going to see it. I got to see a little glimpses in spring practice, and so I think what they have in store for them is going to be exciting on the
And
football field.
we're going to try to bring you some of those practices that are coming up. We're going to try to go up there and just see what we can bring you on the inside, and bring that to you. But man, thanks for hopping on here, and we're gonna, after this segment, we will hear from our seniors, and then wrap up the Colonel Corner for this month. So, want to thank you guys for tuning in here. We're gonna take a quick time out. When we return, we got our three seniors. We'll be back right after this.
Looking to transform your home or business? Call the team that gets it done right. Earlywine Painting in Paris, Kentucky. They're fully bonded and insured. From clean professional interior and exterior painting to eye-catching custom epoxy coatings for your garage or basement, They bring your space to life, and you want that sleek, modern finish? Ask about polished and dyed concrete that turns heads the second people walk in. Quality work, honest pricing, results that last. Call 859-588-3490 today and let Earlywine Painting take your property to the next level. That's Earlywine Painting, 859-588-3490, where your vision meets real craftsmanship. So for this, you're just going to look at me. Pretend the camera's not there.
Pretend the camera's not there. Got it.
Yeah. So this is like a 30 for 30, basically.
Right.
You've seen that on ESPN. You've seen them do that. First of all, state your name.
I'm Myles Heilig.
All right. And Myles, this is, it's never easy to see the end of a career.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that.
It was definitely heartbreaking. There was definitely a lot of emotions in the air. Part of me feels like I definitely could have done more for the team, but I'm glad where we ended up, and I'm looking forward to see how we really come together as a group next year. I won't be here personally. I'm a senior, but I definitely want to come back and cheer my guys on.
That's awesome.
I love everybody here.
Talking about that, it's and I've talked to every single person about this because I'm trying to bring this home.
Right.
A super regional is something that's been talked about. You know what that is? You know what
what?
A super regional.
Regional.
It's where they're trying to get more teams involved in the region, so it allows Bourbon County and some others to get into the region tournament.
Right. I would agree with that. I feel like that's a great idea.
I mean, you look at it. If you take out GRC and Montgomery,
I think Bourbon County goes a long way.
Bourbon County's probably third or fourth in the region.
Absolutely. I think Bourbon County definitely goes a long way. And I think a lot of the aspects that people don't realize and don't look at, like if you look at a lot of the rosters, a lot of these kids grew up playing around each other. A lot of these kids know each other, and there's a lot of chemistry involved. And there's a lot of rivalries on the court, and that definitely adds to the level of intensity, I would say. And I like how competitive it is here. So I think really if our guys go into the weight room this offseason, I feel like we might come out as a really stronger team, and we might even come out and beat Moco next year.
Now I talked a little bit to Noah about who is the biggest goofball on this team.
Might be me.
Is it you?
It might be me. Me or Malachi. I think it'd have to go to Malachi, honestly. It might have to go to Malachi.
He said Day-Day.
Day-Day?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that's a good one, too. There's a lot of goofballs on our team, if I'm being honest.
We always have a good time, right?
We always have a great time in practice. There's a lot of great chemistry. There's always somebody off in the corner making everybody laugh. So
that's awesome. So what is your biggest highlight? I mean, what was something that just really stands out to you as far as
I think my biggest highlight of this season probably would have been a couple of games ago against Scott High, and I feel like I really found my confidence, and I woke up. I went on like a 7-point stretch, and I think after that game was when I really found myself and I really found my role with the team.
That's awesome. Yeah. So that's that's right toward the end of the season, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was it beating Scott County here?
Well, it was an away game. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of energy. There was a lot of people shouting at me. But as soon as I got back in the game and I got in that mode, it was just like nothing else mattered. It was the flow state, and I feel like I found peace. I found peace on the court.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna look back and have a lot of great memories here.
Yeah.
This isn't my only sport either. I also run track, and,
Okay.
and I had a great football season as well.
Yeah. So that and perfect opportunity for that to segue. Talk about that. I mean, we didn't get a chance to cover you in football. This thing was created during basketball season, and then it's going to go on, and we'll do football next year.
Right.
But talk a little bit about that, because I personally drove up to Lloyd
For that game?
for that game. And let me tell you something. Listen, that game was wild. I really thought there were some calls that I was like, oh, come on now.
There was a lot of controversy in that game, I feel like. But, if we didn't win, then we weren't meant to win. I feel like God just gave us a chance to learn. I feel like we might have needed that loss, because it definitely hit us at home. It hurt a lot of people. It was a big rivalry game. I mean, I don't think a lot of people expected us to actually have a chance. And then we came in there, and it was a close and tight, competitive, game. It really all came together. But when I look back, I don't regret anything. There was one play, Shane rolled out of the pocket and just launched it down the field, and it came up short, and I ran back and I dove and caught it at like the 20-yard line. It was probably a catch for like 30, 40 yards.
Right.
I got up, and the whole energy shifted for the whole team. Everybody was excited. I don't know, that feeling, like I don't think I'll ever let go of that feeling. I don't think I ever can.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's, going on to that, what for you is something that you're gonna take with you forever?
Brotherhood. I feel like I found family here, and that helped me find peace.
That's amazing. Senior night for you. Let's talk about senior night.
That night was definitely very emotional. I came out and started off early the first half, but I didn't start off very strong. I ended up getting put back on the bench. I think I ended up getting in my head a little bit, mainly because there was just a lot going on. There was a lot of emotions in the air. There was a lot of family ties, and it was I don't know. It was just a really emotional game for a lot of people. But I had strong defense that game. That night, I don't know. That night wasn't really about me, I feel like, and it was about everyone else around me. Like Aiden, for chance, he hit that 3 at the end of the game, and it probably was for his mom, and that touched my heart.
That brought a little tear to my eye when that happened. That was something else, and that was incredible.
It was incredible.
Here's the camera. This is the one time I'm going to let you look at it. I'll let you talk to anybody and thank anybody, and just talk to anybody there that's maybe watching this.
Honestly, if you're at a low point in life, you feel like you have nothing go for you, you just have to keep fighting. There's always going to be somebody or something in the way that's going to be there trying to stop you. You have to push through. I want to say thank you to my mom for giving me the confidence in that boost and that energy to push through my anxiety and really step into the role that I stepped into.
Well, best of luck to you. What's your future plans?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know where I want to go just yet. I think I definitely have several options, considering me playing 3 different sports and all. This Thursday, the track team's actually getting ready to head up to Louisville to compete at state. Hopefully, I do great jumping for long jump. I want to hit a PR and get over 20 feet. So.
Awesome. Well, good on you, and good best of luck for you.
Thank you.
All right. Looking to transform your home or business? Call the team that gets it done right. Earlywine Painting in Paris, Kentucky. They're fully bonded and insured. From clean professional interior and exterior painting to eye-catching custom epoxy coatings for your garage or basement, they bring your space to life. And you want that sleek, modern finish? Ask about polished and dyed concrete that turns heads the second people walk in. Quality work, honest pricing, results that last. Call 859-588-3490 today and let Earlywine Painting take your property to the next level. That's Earlywine Painting, 859-588-3490, where your vision meets real craftsmanship.
All right. Well, this is the end, huh?
Yep.
So, tell us, like, what are your thoughts here? Like, what has been the biggest standout to you?
Like from the team?
Yeah.
Well, I think that our team was like so close with like we all did stuff together. We were all friends. We never had any arguments. And I feel like that's where we became a family because we were all so close. That's
Family's
what makes
important.
it so sad.
Yeah. I know that coming to the end of a career, I mean, it's tough, but a lot of highlights too.
Yeah.
A lot of things that. And speaking of which, what was kind of the biggest highlight of your time?
Playing with my best friends. I loved the Paris game. That was my favorite game because I scored 16 points. I loved that game. And just playing the sport overall. That
was a great game, and especially for you. And it's crazy to sit and think about just and try to put kind of words on the end of the season. It's a tall task in this district. I know one of the things that they have talked about moving forward is a super regional, which would allow for more teams to get into the regional.
Yeah.
Might not affect you, but talk about some of your teammates that are up and coming that you think are going to have really good careers.
Well, it's always hard to beat GRC and MoCo because they're really good. And so I think if they did do that, it would help us out a lot because I've never made it past districts, and making it would because whenever you go, you're like, well, dang, this is our last game because we know that we're not gonna beat them, and so yeah, I think.
And that is something, and I've talked about this before, and I've said it on the radio. That's a mindset we've got to change.
Yeah.
And the only way you do that is to win,
Yeah.
right? But it's a mindset that has to change where we can beat these guys.
Yeah.
We can beat them on any given night. And there's a lot of talent with that, but talent's also a mentality, right? So, what's something that you've learned that you're going to take with you?
I've learned that hard work gets you pretty far, and that I think that teamwork is
It's important, right?
Yeah. And
Working
being
together.
with all your friends, that is so important because I love all my teammates so much, and I'm gonna miss them so much.
Yeah. And I mean, you've talked, we've talked a lot about toward the end of this season just how much you guys. This is a pretty young team, so
It was only 3 seniors.
here in probably, I don't know, 2-3 more years.
And I think the 6th grade won.
Right.
Yeah, so they're pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, you're looking at a really solid foundation, and
Yeah.
the thing that you can take along is that you helped build that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the seniors that have gone aren't given credit for that, but you helped build that. I mean, you helped shape what will be, in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big testament. So what I want you to do, here's the camera. You can look into it. Thank anybody. Thank anybody you want to thank.
I'd like to thank my family for driving me to all the games. You all are so important to me, and I'd like to thank my teammates because all the games and the practices wouldn't be as fun without you all, and my coaches for pushing me every day to be better, and everyone else that shows up to the games. That means a lot because there's not very many people that come to our games.
Yeah, we have launched this network, and it's everybody says it's something it's been needed for a long time.
Yeah.
It's really just and it's something that we're excited about doing. Wish we could have done every game this year, but I gotta shout out the Joe and Joe show.
Oh yeah, they're great
because they literally come and do every one of your all.
Yes, and my grandparents can't come to the game, so they watch it, and it's awesome because they can watch the game.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and what future? Let's talk about your future real quick.
I'm planning on going to EKU and eventually becoming a dental hygienist.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So,
looking to transform your home or business? Call the team that gets it done right. Earlywine Painting in Paris, Kentucky. They're fully bonded and insured. From clean professional interior and exterior painting to eye-catching custom epoxy coatings for your garage or basement, they bring your space to life. And you want that sleek, modern finish? Ask about polished and dyed concrete that turns heads the second people walk in. Quality work, honest pricing, results that last. Call 859-588-3490 today and let Earlywine Painting take your property to the next level. That's Earlywine Painting, 859-588-3490, where your vision meets real craftsmanship.
Noah, man, it's over, man.
Yep.
What's your thoughts, man?
I mean, I'd say as a team, I mean, you couldn't. I mean, with what we were given, I feel like you couldn't ask for much more, really. I mean, we had Nash go out halfway through the year, and we had Mark had to miss a couple games, and then Day and Zarion didn't get eligible till around the time that Nash was injured. So, really, with what we were given, you look at our record and you got to be happy with what we ended up, being. And I mean, personally, it went, better than what I could have imagined before the year for me myself. So I've got to be pleased with the way it ended up, even though obviously, you're going to play Moco or GRC in the district before the season even starts, basically, unless you pull off an upset during the season. So knowing that sucks, but it's something you got to deal with being in our district. So something I've dealt with for 4 years.
Yeah. So you kind of know that going in, which maybe for the future, a super regional has been talked about.
Hopefully.
Speaking of the future, talk about some of your guys that are going to stay on next year.
I really do think, even though obviously you don't want to lose somebody, but I think, really toward our last 2 or 3 games, the only 2 seniors you were playing with were me and Myles. So I think allowing them to play with really a lot of the same people who they'll be playing with next year, I think that'll help them a lot. They won't have to get used to playing with each other as much. They'll already have, I mean, almost all the players that play toward the end of the year, besides me and Myles, I mean, it'll be the same guys next year. So I think that'll help them a lot going into next year. I mean, I think they should be top 5. I mean, at the least, I feel like in the region next year. I mean, you got some other teams that are losing some people, like Nicholas won't be, as good next year and stuff like that. So I think that they should be able to compete, especially if there's a super regional. They should be able to compete pretty good.
What's your highlight? I mean, beating Scott County this year was big.
That was the best game, I would say. I mean, when I think of the most fun I had this year, probably that Scott County game, and the environment of that game was really good too. It almost felt like a district game, even though it wasn't. There was a good crowd here due to the Hall of Fame for Bourbon.
Right.
So a good crowd. It really was awesome. I mean, that game, that probably will go down as the most fun game I've played in.
You knocked off one of the unforgettables at UK. I mean, come on. I mean, that's a pretty big
That game
deal.
will probably go down as my favorite game. It was really, really fun.
Yeah. Now, that being your favorite game, you've been here this span of time. What really stands out to you? And I guess the biggest thing is, what's been a lesson that you can carry on past this?
I mean, in any aspect of life, I would say stay loyal. I mean, really, like, obviously you see all these other people going to other places and they succeed, but I think that it doesn't mean as much if you're not doing it for the place that you deserve to be at. Now, some people, I mean, certain situations, obviously you have to move, but I didn't have to move and I didn't want to move. I wanted to stay playing for Bourbon. So I would say, I mean, stay true to
Colonel till you die, right?
Right. I mean, I said it in my senior speech, County till I die. Nikki Wilson's been saying it since I was in 6th grade, Nash's dad. So, I mean, yeah, I would say stay true to who you are and stay loyal.
Who's the biggest goofball on the team?
On the team, probably Dede.
Right?
Probably Dede.
Always joking around, having a good time.
I would say Trenton, the freshman Trenton, who he didn't dress varsity, but he's a goofball. I actually spent a lot of time with him this year. Me, Nash, and Trenton went a lot of places together, and I think Trenton, by the time he's junior, senior, he'll be a pretty big goofball. If you're still here, I think, he'll be one to talk to.
Now we have to settle this. This is really important.
Okay.
Now I've been talking to Luke a lot.
Okay.
About tennis.
Yep.
Which one of you's better?
See,
he says you smoke him in basketball. He gives you your flowers on that.
Yeah.
But as far as tennis,
depends on the time of the year.
He thinks he's got the edge.
He might right now. Give me 2 months into the season, and I might have him. But I would say right now, if we were to play each other, he would probably beat me because it's March 2nd, 3rd. So you give me late April, we're competing.
So you excited about that? I mean, I know. I'm
excited.
Not giving anything away, but what's your plans for the future?
I'm leaning towards basketball. If I end up going to Transy, I could maybe play tennis with Luke for my first year, and then like you said, I don't want to give anything away, but if I do end up at Transy, I would probably play for sure both my first year, if I'm allowed by the coaches, and then after that, I'd have to decide either to play one or continue to do both, which right now, me talking, I would say that I probably won't end up wanting to do both, but you never know.
You never know.
So
you never know. Well, man, it's been a blast.
Yeah. It's been a fun
calling
time.
Your games.
I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
And
really.
It's been fun. It's been real.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Anything you want to say to the folks out there? You can look at the camera for this.
I mean, I guess thanks to everybody. I mean, I really liked it here. I mean, a lot of people don't, but I did, and I like Bourbon County. I just liked it. So I mean, I guess thanks to everybody whoever came to watch me play and stuff like that. That's really all I gotta say.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate
it.
Looking to transform your home or business? Call the team that gets it done right. Earlywine Painting in Paris, Kentucky. They're fully bonded and insured. From clean professional interior and exterior painting to eye-catching custom epoxy coatings for your garage or basement, they bring your space to life. And you want that sleek, modern finish? Ask about polished and dyed concrete that turns heads the second people walk in. Quality work, honest pricing, results that last. Call 859-588-3490 today and let Earlywine Painting take your property to the next level. That's Earlywine Painting, 859-588-3490, where your vision meets real craftsmanship.
Tune in right now, Colonel Corner in the frame, Colonel Media Network, keep the signal in your name.
Voice of the Colonel's Adam Webb on the line.
Breaking down the game, one clean pull at a time. Colonel Corner, Colonel Corner.
Voice of the Colonel's Adam Webb reported.
Colonel Corner, Colonel Corner. Colonel Media Network, we keep it important.